The South African political landscape is once again shaken to its core. Whispers have turned into open speculation, and the nation is demanding answers. The conspicuous and repeated absence of President Cyril Ramaphosa from critical parliamentary sessions has sparked a wave of national concern, and for good reason. Could this signal the beginning of the end for the once dominant African National Congress, ANC? Parliament is where the pulse of the nation is felt. It's the arena where the people's voices are represented, laws are debated, and accountability is demanded. Yet in recent weeks, as South Africa grapples with mounting crises, from economic stagnation to rampant corruption allegations, President Ramaphosa's empty seat has become a symbol of growing political dysfunction. Many had high hopes when Cyril Ramaphosa ascended to the presidency. He was seen as a reformist, a man with the potential to clean up the mess left behind by Jacob Zuma's scandal-plagued administration. But in the eyes of many, that hope is rapidly fading. The president's repeated absences from parliament during question sessions, including the highly anticipated recent one meant to address critical concerns on Eskom, national security, and coalition instability, have ignited outrage from both opposition parties and civil society. Even some within the ANC ranks have reportedly begun questioning his leadership style and commitment. Is it illness? Is it strategic avoidance? Or is it fear of what might come out if he's placed under intense scrutiny? The presidency has issued vague and inconsistent explanations ranging from scheduling conflicts to urgent matters of state. But these statements no longer satisfy a nation on edge. The Democratic Alliance, DA, Economic Freedom Fighters, EFF, and other opposition parties have seized this moment to intensify their criticism. DA leader John Steenhuisen has already accused Ramaphosa of running from accountability, while the EFF has taken a more combative stance, suggesting that the president is unfit to govern. Parliamentary chaos has become more frequent in the president's absence, with sessions erupting into shouting matches, walkouts, and impromptu votes of no confidence. Analysts say Ramaphosa's invisibility is creating a leadership vacuum that could prove disastrous for the ANC, especially as the 2026 elections loom large. Internally, the ANC is not what it once was. Factional battles, ethical scandals, and a lack of coherent policy direction have fractured the movement that once liberated the country from apartheid. Once revered veterans are now either silent or disillusioned, and the ANC Youth League has lost much of its bite. The president's aloof posture only fuels suspicion that he is either losing control or has willingly distanced himself from the chaos to avoid further reputational damage. And this, in turn, emboldens his detractors, both within and outside the ANC. South Africans are tired. Tired of the power outages, joblessness, rising crime, and a government that appears increasingly tone-deaf to their suffering. With every missed appearance in Parliament, Ramaphosa sends a message, whether intentional or not, that he is above answering to the very people who elected him. Social media has exploded with hashtags like #WhereIsCyril and #ANCMustFall, as citizens voice their frustration in real time. Civic movements and youth organizations are mobilizing, not just against Ramaphosa, but against the broader political status quo. This growing crisis raises urgent questions. Is President Ramaphosa still in control of the ANC? Does he have a plan to restore public trust and internal party unity? Or is he simply buying time, hoping to ride out the storm until the next elections? If the president continues to avoid parliament and fails to show visible leadership during this critical period, it may not just be his presidency that's at risk, it could be the final unraveling of the ANC's dominance in South African politics. The once unthinkable scenario is now a very real possibility, a post-ANC South Africa. And it all starts with the silence in parliament, and an empty seat that refuses to answer the nation's most pressing questions. Could this be the end of the ANC? If Ramaphosa doesn't show up soon, the people just might decide for themselves.